am talking about the short-term and long-term consequences of experiences in life and resolve the issues. Uh, and the way that I like to look at this and to help, really reconstruct my own experience in life and my way of living has been consider that when you have just a thought, that thought can trigger a feeling, and that feeling can be a batch of information that's been put away that could be ignited, like jealousy or something like that. Typically, jealousy on its own is not by itself. Jealousy has some previous experience that you can attach a sensation to, like an undesirable feeling to, and then it can grow from that. And then before you know it, it actually starts occupying your thoughts, and then it becomes more of a constructed reality for somebody. Like the whole concepts of being paranoid about things, stuff like that. That's a constructed reality for somebody. So, but let's not go too far down that rabbit trail necessarily, as far as the jealousy and personal relationships like that. But in general, we'll have specific experiences in life that start off with just a thought, and then you get a feeling associated with that thought, and then the thought lingers a little bit, but with that lingering of a thought also lingers the emotion. And typically it's the undesirables that cause all these problems, although the desirables can cause problems too, because it can distract you from the work you need to do, where you need to put your attention, what you need to work on. So as far as that goes, we have, it's hard to tell also, by the way. It's like you can see it in hindsight, because hindsight is like the map of where you've been as you're pioneering your way into something new, typically, or something less practiced. Now, with a feeling that once a thought has triggered it, then you have a hormonal reaction in the body. So you have the hormones necessary to support that feeling, so that you are increasing your potential of survivability, so that, if it's a negative and undesirable, let's say it triggers the fear response in you. Well, the fear response usually comes with hits of adrenaline, cortisol, sort of hormonal influences on you from something that's given you that experience. So, the longer you stay in that body of experience, the body of the emotions, the hormones, and the thought process, the more you construct a reality around that. Well, with hormones come the use of resources. Dietary cholesterol is used to the endocrine system to create new hormones, amongst other things that we use to construct things, proteins, things like that we use as resources. The calories necessary to maintain a system within a certain type of stimulus, right? The resource demand on a system that is already taxed based off of consistency without reprieve. So say you stay stressed for too long, that wears the body down. It doesn't heal properly because it's not getting the adequate amount of time to heal. It can reallocate the resources necessary to replenish the hormones. There's things that cause problems that reduce our ability to thrive, because we're in one area for too long, just saturated in that area, if you will. So now, if you have these unresolved issues, well, now it becomes more of what I refer to as a mental occupation. It's something that you're occupying more of your day than you're best to do with, right? So, in the beginning, your thoughts of something may catch you in daydreams, things like that just leave you with, by the way, daydreams are not always the desirable. Sometimes they're just to offset boredom with entertainment. Sometimes it is to try to push you into an emotional state that your body is to relieve stress or to excite stress. It just depends on you, your uniqueness, the way your personality is structured, your hormonal structures, what your body is most consistently familiar with. There's a lot of reasons why we have these daydreams that become more and more frequent. The more entertaining they are, the more they can take you away from the boredom or the mundane values of what you're engaged in, or the undesirable thing you're engaged in, which oftentimes boredom is also considered to be undesirable. So, now, the other thing is, but you've heard in your life that misery loves company. Well, that's not always external. Like emotions like each other. So the similarity of emotions like to have other emotions that are supporting around it. Think about it like somebody wants to punch somebody, but yet they're laughing and smiling. It just doesn't work, right? That if you're wanting to punch somebody out of anger, but then you laugh and smile about it, then it's a matter of, is this a mental condition, or is there this much of a divergence between the emotional state necessary to drive somebody to anger to physically attack another person, to the outward expression of laughter and joy or happiness, and you're not a professional fighter, that can be a psychological issue that needs to be, worked with. But with that, if you were to get past the potential of the rarity and the outliners of this type of thought experiment, get to the thinking that it just seems odd. It doesn't seem like it would be a common thing. It doesn't seem like it's a thing that would be warranted of having integrity and sincerity. It'd be weird. Well, then you have liked emotions, so frustration, upset, hostility, anger, the desire to retreat, fight or flight triggered emotions. There's a lot that comes in with those that align in the family of relations of that type of emotion. So that family could also be cousins and distant cousins, as far as like how far this branches out into supportive thoughts and experiences or emotions that all work together. It's typically not one, right? Hate is typically an amalgam of multiple different emotions combined into one thing with passion. So that's the typical combination of what people would qualify as hate. But put thought into it and come up with your own. Don't take my word for it. So we construct our realities based off of what we have operating that we can currently operate with, right? When somebody says be more positive, but you've constantly been negative, it's not easy to just be more positive, because you are structurally designed of your own making in most instances, or a significant amount of it your own choice. You just didn't know the choices as you were making them, how they're supportive of each other, and how that works. And micro choices make macro results. So we have this congruency of different emotions that come into play. And next thing you know, now you're being referred to as being negative or hostile or upsetting or whatever. And it doesn't mean that you yourself are really that person. You've just developed such a structure that that's how you be. But that comes with an emotional cost. It comes with a resource-based cost. It comes with a lot of costs that most of the time we're just not aware of, because it's like we like to qualify things in large values instead of looking at the micro values that build up to this. Large values are like skyscrapers. Like optimism and pessimism are large value belief structures that have thoughts around them that are there to maintain. First solidify, reinforce, and then maintain. Alright, well, I'm not sure exactly where it was and how much of that you guys caught or lost, but anyway, it's the end of the episode. So just know that what you eventually it turns into a process, turns into a fragment of reality. The bigger you make the more time you devote to that thinking process, the greater that reality becomes. Now, this is the negative or the undesirable results of it. There is a positive side of this and how you can use this to become more successful in whatever endeavors you're involved in, not just making money, not just building a company, not just improving your position in society, but overall for every aspect of you, your physical body, your finances, your business structures, your spirituality, your sexuality. There's a lot of things that you can by using the tactic that comes with this particular understanding, can really magnify the results of your life. So stay tuned for that one. That'll be on the next episode. For this one, it's just more of the cost of it and the undesirable, but it's to give you a parameter of something to work with on that. So, all right, till next time, again, my name is Chad Everett Broshears, also known as Sir Chad Everett Broshears to some. Remember, obviously we got a lot of stuff to do in this life, and there's a lot of places to go and a lot of things to do in order to really feel a fulfilled life, but making an impact and a legacy for others to share and to experience well after you've gone is one of the greatest things that you can do, and that falls into that spirituality and purpose category. So with that, that's what we're up to. Let's create a a desirable legacy about ourselves, take control of it, and that's what we're doing with this series. So until next time, feel free to like and share this video, like it, subscribe to the channel, use this video to break the ice with somebody else if you want to start a dialogue with them that can potentially be somebody to recruit in a way that can support you in your endeavors, even if it's just somebody to hear you out, or if it's someone that has resources that can support you, or perhaps it's a loved one you'd like to see change particular patterns in their life. By all means, share this video with them. Use me as a talking point. Talk about how I've, lose track occasionally, or however I produce and can conduct myself in the videos. That could be common for the two of you to be able to really move forward, even if it is at my cost. So it doesn't matter to me as much as that the conversation start. Until next time, again, Chad Everett Broshears. Looking forward to talking to us again. So until then, let's have a great day. Let's get to work on ourselves before we really try to change the world. Okay? See ya.